Good morning, my dear students. Today we shall study about the series and parallel combination of resistors. So, parallel combination we shall discuss in our next video. In our today's video, we shall discuss about the series combination of resistors. So, understanding the series combination or the parallel combination of resistors is better practically. Practically you can understand this in a better way, okay, because when we do practicals of these activities, so we are able to understand the concept better. Now here in this circuit diagram there are three resistors R1, R2 and R3 which are connected end to end. So when the resistors are connected to end to each other, then we say that the resistors are connected in series. Just as in this case you see that the end points of the resistors R1 and R2 are joined directly, the end points of R2 and R3 are joined directly. So we have directly joined the resistors, the three resistors. So we can say that we have joined the three resistors in series. This is the series combination of resistors. My dear students, what happens in a series combination of resistors in a circuit? So in a circuit, when the resistors are connected in series, the value of current, suppose that I current is flowing through the circuit, the value of current remains the same. Value of current throughout this resistance will also be I. Throughout this resistance will also be I, and also throughout this resistance the value of current will be I. So on connecting three resistors or four resistors or many resistors in series combination, the current is not divided, the current remains the same, but the potential difference, suppose the potential difference across the two terminals of this circuit, or we can say across the three resistors, suppose there is a potential difference V. So the potential difference gets divided. How do we measure the potential difference? My dear students, I already taught you that we measure the potential difference through an instrument called voltmeter. So for measuring the potential difference across the three resistors together, we can join a voltmeter in parallel combination. We can join a voltmeter in parallel combination, and suppose that we want to find what is the potential difference across this R1 resistance itself. So for that we also have to connect a voltmeter in a parallel combination across the resistance R1. Similarly, for measuring the potential difference across R2, we have to connect another voltmeter to measure the potential difference across R2. Similarly, for measuring the potential difference across R3, we have to connect another voltmeter, and suppose that this is V3. Now my dear students, according to Ohm's law, and ammeter is connected to measure the current. My dear students, ammeter is connected in series to measure the current throughout the circuit. So in series combination the current is not divided, but the potential difference gets divided. So applying Ohm's law to the whole circuit, we know the potential difference of the whole circuit is capital V, not of a single resistance I am talking about. I am talking about the whole circuit. The potential difference of the whole circuit, or we can say the potential difference across the three resistors together is capital V. The potential difference is capital V and the current of the whole circuit is capital I. Suppose there is a equivalent resistance R of the whole circuit. There are three separate resistors having three different resistances. So we can say that the equivalent, that is the overall resistance of the circuit, is R. So applying Ohm's law to the whole circuit, applying Ohm's law to the whole circuit, या entire circuit, circuit, we get what we get according to Ohm's law. V is equal to IR. V is equal to IR. Suppose this is equation 1. This is equation 1. And now my dear students, we are going to apply Ohm's law separately to the 3 resistors. Okay, we are going to apply Ohm's law for resistor R1. For R1 resistance. For R1 resistance. For R1 resistance, applying Ohm's law, V1 is equal to IR1. Why V1? Because I told you the value of potential difference across R1 is some different. That is not V. That is some different, because the potential difference gets divided. That is V1. So why not I1? Because I already told you that the current is not divided. The value of current is the same. In all the cases, the current will be the same, but the potential difference will be changed. We are talking about only about this circuit across R1. So what is the potential difference across R1? That is V1. So for R1 resistance, V1 is equal to IR1. Similarly, for resistance R2, for R2 resistance, similarly we can write V2 is equal to IR2. And similarly, for R3 resistance, we can write V3 is equal to IR3. V3 is equal to IR3. Suppose this is equation 2nd, this is equation 3rd, and this is equation 4th. My dear students, I taught you that the potential difference across all 3 resistors, that is capital V, has been divided in 3 parts. So we can say that V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Okay, suppose you are dividing 50 rupees among 3 children. Suppose you are dividing 50 rupees among 3 children. One got 15 rupees, the second one got 25 rupees, and the third one got 10 rupees. So my dear students, suppose this is V1, this is V2, and this is V3. So now tell me, on adding these 3, will you not get V? Obviously you can see that on adding these 3 quantities, you are getting 50 rupees. On adding 15 plus 25 plus 10, you are getting 50 rupees. Similarly here, on adding V1 plus V2 plus V3, you are getting capital V. So I can write it, V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Now what we have to do? We are going to substitute the value of V from equation 1. That is, we are going to write IR in place of V. And from equation 2, we are going to write the value of V1 here. From equation 3, we are going to write the value of V2 here. And from equation 4, we are going to write the value of V3 in this equation. So from equation 1, 2, 3 and 4 we get what we get, my dear students? We get, in place of V, I can write IR, and in place of V1 I can write IR1. In place of V2 I can write IR2. In place of V3 I can write IR3. So just as you can see that I is common in all the 3 cases, you can take I as a common. So in bracket R1 plus R2 plus R3 will remain. And what is R1 plus R2 plus R3? This is the equivalent resistance of the circuit. Now in this side of the equation, that is in the left hand side of the equation, IR was written. So I can simply cancel I with I. What we get? R is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. My dear students, this is the equivalent resistance. So what is the overall resistance, or what is the equivalent resistance of the circuit? That we will get by adding the value of these three resistances. So in series combination of resistors in a circuit, the overall or the equivalent resistance of the circuit is obtained by adding the three resistors together. Adding the values of three resistors, we can get easily the value of the equivalent resistance of the circuit. So this is the formula for the equivalent resistance of the circuit. From here, if you know that it is 1 ohm, it is 2 ohm, it is 3 ohm, then what is the overall resistance of the circuit? You can simply add 1 plus 2 plus 3, that is 6 ohm. The overall resistance of the circuit is 6 ohm only when the resistors are connected in series. So this was our video, and in our next lecture we shall study about the parallel combination, and we shall see what is the value of equivalent resistance in that case, in parallel case. Okay.